Hello, my name is King Afemikhe. Welcome to the Deliberate Man podcast. Now, over time, I have heard and listened to young people, those that are not married yet, ask this specific question. And today, I want to talk about it. I want to touch on it. And that question is, how much should I have before I get married? Now, first of all, if you are asking that question, it simply means that you have been looking at social media and you have been trying to impress someone. But here's your answer. There is no amount of money that is specifically designed that it has been said that you must have this kind of money or this amount of money before you can get married. Why? Getting married these days is of course different from when our parents got married. That time I hear that you can just, if you are a very good farmer, you can go and farm for the father of the girl. After some time, they will give you, say, okay, come and take your wife. You have farmed enough, right? Just joking. But of course, as much as possible, when you are starting life, you must count your cost. You cannot build a house without counting your cost, without knowing what you have available. And like the people of the world will say, cut your coat according to your fabric. So how much should you have? We don't know what amount. It depends on the kind of wedding you want to achieve. It depends on where you want to go. It depends on what you really want to do. There's a budget for everything. But in all that you do, you must be prudent. And sometimes I think young men ask this question because there's a misconception that before you can get married, you have to have all the money. You need to know that you must think about what you are going to wear that is going to be expensive. You must go to maybe for a destination wedding. Your wedding has to have 5,000 people attending. There has to be groomsmen that is 1,000 people. There has to be, drones and cameras and all of that. The video quality editing has to be top notch. The photography, the photographers, they need to wear all those gadgets, have one camera here, one with long lens here, another one for chest, and the belt is like this before it will make sense. But you see, all that is just activities. That's not the marriage. So when you want to get married, aside the fact that you should be responsible, yes, you should have an apartment or a house of your own. It might be 2 bedrooms, it might be 1 bedroom, it might be even self-contained, it might be face me, I slap you. It just depends on the level you are. It might be a mansion. It really doesn't matter. But have a place that you call your own, that you can rest your head, that you can have your privacy. So before you're thinking of getting married, don't be thinking of getting married and you are in your mother's house. You are thinking, on how you will start sharing responsibilities in your mother's house, how your wife-to-be will start respecting your mother well before it will work. All those you're already creating a problem. So as much as possible, before you are thinking of getting married, it's not because a girl will not love you, but because it's just responsible. Get an apartment of your own. It might be small, but you're starting from there. Okay? And then have a sit down with your spouse to be. But before even that sit down, you must know the kind of girl you are going for. You have no business going for a girl that wants high life. A girl that she's materialistic. Listen, there are people that are materialistic and it's okay because there will be men who are also materialistic who will match their materialism. Okay? So you do not go for a girl who is materialistic, quote and unquote, and you expect her to understand that life is starting small. No. Find a girl. Listen, you need to find because it is he that finds a wife that finds a good thing. So you must find. It's not that, if I don't love this person is my soulmate, the world is going to come to an end. There's nothing like that. Find a wife that matches your class and be there. Understand yourselves, understand the level you are, and walk from there. Don't be in a bubble that says, some things, they only happen in movies. A Gates man falling in love with a billionaire's daughter. Those things, they happen a lot in movies. It's just that in real life, it's usually very difficult. So as much as possible, know where you are in life. Understand that if you are someone who is growing, you may want to be with a woman who also understands the growth process, who is fine with growing with you, who is fine with contributing to your lives together, and work from there. I'm saying this because, I'll take for instance, when I got married, I wasn't such a, I was a hustling guy. I was in the university and all of that. I didn't practically have a whole lot. But you see, one thing that my wife and I decided was we were going to get married because we wanted to be together, and we're going to get married based on what we could afford. And one of the things we also said was we were not going to owe anyone. We were not going to borrow any money to get married. We would only get married with the resources that we had. And that was exactly what we did. We got married. We did our court wedding. We had only 30 guests, 30 friends. They came, we sat down, we had fun. We had karaoke, we did singing, we danced, there was a DJ, and we ate good food. And we went to our house, right? We stayed in a hotel, very minimum hotel in Yaba. We stayed there for one night and we packed our load and we went back to our house. We did not go to a 5-star, 7-star, 12-star hotel. We didn't stay there more than one day. We just did what we could do with our resources. So as much as possible, if you want to get married and considering the money, yes, it's important. Money answereth all things. Money is a defense. But as much as possible, there's something my wife always says that is in my head right now. It's not all about money. Money is good. It's not about money. We'll talk about that later. But for now, you want to get married. How much should you have? Be responsible. Have a job. Have some source of income. Don't organize your marriage or your wedding based on the help that you are going to get from people. They didn't send you to go and get married. You're the one that said you were man enough to go and get married. Now you want to get married. Don't stress people out because of your problem. Work with what you have. Plan towards your marriage. Work with the money that you have and work with the woman that you want to be with. And that woman must understand the truthfulness of where you are financially, right, or economically, to be with you, plan with you, grow with you, or do the wedding with you together. If not, you'll be causing yourself a lot of pain from the beginning. You do not want to get married, and after you are married, you start thinking of paying debts. That's already a problem. I don't think that is wise. Instead of you to be understanding yourselves, you're already having arguments and quarrels about how much you are owing Mr. A and Mrs. Agbabiaka. It doesn't make sense. So as much as possible, plan. Yes, there's the there's the conception, there's the misconception of, oh, I'm getting too old and all of that. Well, that is life. Whether you get old before you get married or you married at a very young age, you will all get old after all, and we will all exit this world one way or the other. So it is what you can do, what life has offered you. Be grateful for that. Work with what you have. Work with the woman. And make sure that you align with the woman and you guys work together. That's the first place to start. So while you are thinking of destination wedding, you are seeing it. It looks so interesting. Do not bother yourself. Work with what you have. My philosophy has always been, if you don't have the money, work with what you have. If you have the money, go all out. Spend it. Let it rain. Paint everywhere red. But you see, if you don't have the money, be grateful for the opportunity to find a wife, the opportunity to work towards starting a family together. Because you see, that whole thing is more divine than you think. It is more divine than what your eyes can see. So be grateful for it. Work towards growth. Work towards becoming more together. And maybe one day, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, you will now have so much money that you say, let's do it again, babe. It's time, baby girl. Let us remarry now. His destination wedding. Now let's go to Dubai. Kilama Dubai. You understand? So as much as possible, focus on the most important thing. People focus on the wedding. People focus on the activities of on the day that happens on the day of the wedding, that they forget the real thing. It's about two of you. It's about getting married. It's about starting life and starting a divine assignment. And every day, that should be your drive. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a comment. Let me know what topic you want me to talk about, and share this video so that other people can learn from it as well. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can be one of the first to see any video that we drop. This is the Deliberate Man podcast, and my name is King E. Afemikhe. Bye for now.